Hi there, Taurus. I hope this reading finds you well and enjoying April thus far. This is your mid-April reading. It will roughly pertain to the 15th to the 31st of April. But of course, energy is fluid, so it may permeate a little before and after that interval of time. Now, Taurus, something kind of funky is happening. I was thinking of doing Virgo, and then I kept saying Taurus, and I kept alternating between the two, and then I paused the video that I was doing for Virgo, and so I was going to start again, and I was saying Taurus, Taurus. So I feel that I need to do Taurus right now, but nonetheless, there is some sort of crossover I feel that's happening between Virgo and Taurus, okay? So I was shuffling for you before I turn on the camera, and out popped the Six of Swords, and it fell out horizontally, okay, in the middle of the spread. So we will heed that. But Taurus, I'm feeling like there is a letting go of something. There is a letting go of something. There is a transformation that's taking place. You're stepping away from something, Taurus. You're stepping away from something. There's a release. There's a change of ways. Absolutely. And I have this vision of you getting on this train. You're getting on a train. And I get the feeling you're not looking back. I get the feeling you're not looking back. So there's something that you're leaving behind in some capacity, okay? It's a get up and go. I'm hearing get up and go. Okay. And whatever it is, I'm feeling it's going to be a clear exit for you. Okay. This absolutely may have to do with Virgo, okay? Because when I was doing the Virgo reading, they got the Hierophant in reverse, and you've got the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, yes, Taurus. There's something, oh, absolutely, look. In your theme, you have the Son of Cups upright. Overlaying the Ten of Swords upright. Overlaying the Chariot in reverse, Virgo got the Chariot in reverse as well. Okay. And the Chariot in reverse is overlooking Death upright. So, and Death is overlooking the Seven of Pentacles upright. So, Taurus, there's some capacity in which you are transforming your involvement to a certain degree, and in some project, in some capacity that regards your creativity, okay, and your very personal contribution to whatever I'm hearing project, okay, there's a get up and go. You're like, you're leaving it behind. You're leaving it behind, and I feel that it's like, I'm just feeling that's it. That's it. It's the end of the line. It's the end of the road in some capacity. Okay, there's a transformation of ways. And there's a halting to some sort of progress that was perhaps made with this project, and it may regard a line of funds. I'm getting that as well with the Death card overlooking the Seven of Pentacles. So, okay, it may be financial. Absolutely, it may be financial, but there's some process that you want to compartmentalize, okay, and step away from. And it may be that you revisit it. It may be that you revisit it in the future, okay. But I'm getting like a past, future, present tense sort of triangulation of energy. So there may be something that you have been involved in, that you are involved in, or that you have been involved in, and to this point you're now ready to step away from. In the future, you maybe see yourself coming back to it in some capacity. Okay, and it is, Mercury retrograde is coming upon us tonight. Tonight, I believe, depending on where you are in the universe. All right, but nonetheless, right, Mercury retrograde takes us back, right? It takes us retro. And so it could be even regarding a project that you had started in the past that you're revisiting, and you're now thinking through. Maybe even you're saying, I need a break. I need a break from whatever this process has been that has not been as fruitful, as clear-sighted as I would have liked, as I would have wished. Okay. Okay, but we'll get more into it as we delve into the spread itself here. Taurus, I almost said Virgo. Something is going on between you two signs. Taurus, I will say this. You have a significant number of major arcana. You have the Sun upright coming in your deep past. You have the Hanged Man upright coming in your current state. You have the Hierophant coming in your advice position in reverse. The Devil is coming in your hopes and or fears upright. You have the Star in reverse in your energetic pathway that you're moving into as you move out of the spread and into the future towards May. So, and of course, right, the Chariot in reverse, overlaying the Death card. So, significant major arcana, whatever this is, Taurus, it's regarding a major turning point in your life. It's, something that is very important to you. Some project that maybe you've been involved in that meant a lot to you, that you felt defined you and your path forward in some kind of way. Okay, that, and look, right, Mercury retrograde is a time where, right, there's a certain stillness to progress and movement forward, but it's for good reason, right? Oftentimes there's a reason why we are halted in some kind of way, within some sort of process, right, towards achieving a goal. It helps us, even the time, right, taken to reflect, helps us refine our process even further. So if you feel halted in some kind of way, or simply if you feel, hey, I need to just, right, let go of the reins for a little bit, heed that. Heed that. That time could prove to be very beneficial for you, right? Taking that break, stepping away from whatever it is, digesting it, and then coming back to it, okay? So, Mercury retrograde is a beautiful time to reflect and refine. Okay, so if that's what you're thinking, right, I feel that that's going to be fruitful for you. This is what I feel. I don't feel that you are, like, fully abandoning, okay, in totality, whatever this has been for you. I feel that there's a certain aspect of the process that you feel it will be more fruitful for me to step away from it, right, and then return in time. And maybe you feel I need to change my approach. I need to change my ways about how I am approaching the whole process. And you may need to take that time to think about that. Absolutely, absolutely. But I don't feel that you are, I feel that you're steadfast with your overall vision, right? That deep-seated knowing that this is something I want, this is something I want to pursue, this is something that I want to charge forward towards. But I feel this for you, Taurus, that you're taking a very wise, mature approach towards it. You're thinking, I want, whatever this is, I want to make sure that it's brought about in the most efficient way possible that's going to be conducive for the long-term success and growth, which Taurus, right, being the earth sign that you are, is already somewhat attuned to thinking in that kind of way towards the long term. So I feel that you're taking the cautionary step. You're thinking, you know what? For whatever reason, I'm prompted. I'm prompted. Maybe there's a standstill, right? Some sort of external factor that sets you into thinking, maybe I need to slow my horse down a little bit, take the needed time, right? And it could be your own will, or it can be, I feel that in the end it is your own will, but I feel that also as well, there could be external factors that are contributing to this, and they can be financial. So some sort of perhaps like financial aid, some sort of loan or investment that is a little dried up, right? The line has dried up a little bit. So, but I feel there's a reason for everything. I believe that, right? So take the time if you find, hey, you know what? It's a gridlock situation, right? There's a gridlock situation, and it's maybe more fruitful for me to take the time as it unfolds and transpires to reflect and review and revise. Okay. So let's get right into it, Taurus. Okay. In your deep past, you have the sun upright. I feel that this is speaking to the awareness, right? That this is something that brings you light, that brings you joy. Something I feel it's a project. Okay, I do feel it's a project, but it's this is a general reading, right? It can pertain to everybody differently, but whatever this stage in your life has been that you decided to embark upon, somehow, right, you felt this is the right path. I'm on the right road. There was clarity. There was clarity. In terms of the macro vision of what it is that you want to manifest. So what I'm feeling for you is macro abstraction of vision and purpose, and micro technicality, implementation. There's this divide where you have a vision, right? And then you have the actual process by which you implement, right? Whatever it is that you need to implement to bring the vision about into the tangible 3D realm, so to speak. Okay, so there's a divide that I'm feeling you're trying to bridge, okay? And it's that process, it's that translation of vision to practicality, which is interesting for Taurus, because Taurus is an earth sign, right? It's guided by a more practical sense. Right? That which is less of a risk-taker type, of course, depending on your other planets, their signs, and the planetary alignment in your chart. But nonetheless, right, it's interesting to see, and I felt this for Taurus for quite some time, where you're putting yourself out there in a certain capacity, right, where you're breaking out of your box and you're thinking, you know what, I want to do something extraordinary. And in order to do so, right, I need to take an extraordinary approach. I need to do the process by which I'm going to bring about this extraordinary sort of existence, manifestation of a project is going to be by adopting a new way of life, a new set of even goals, habits, attributes, right, that I take on in my daily life. So I'm feeling that it's even the broader perception that you take on as you, as your being, the way you see yourself and the way you see yourself in relation to your environment, that is under some sort of transformation, right? As it regards this new vision that you want to bring about. So it's a little convoluted, right? Taurus, it's a little convoluted, but what I'm feeling is it's like this. You have a vision and you're thinking, that vision that I have, whatever it is that I want to manifest and bring into fruition, is somehow, right, will requires of me to change, right? Even the person that I want to become in relation to what I want to create is different in nature, in form, in balance, and even harmony, right? Elementally, than who I am now. And so there's been this awakening. There was this awakening. There was this awareness. Okay, and there was this putting yourself out there, almost putting yourself out there on the line, right? Doing something that you felt, ooh, I've never done this before. This is a little bit, feels a little risky, right? But I want this because I want my vision to come to fruition. Okay, so you've been so dedicated, Taurus, you've been so dedicated to whatever this has been for you. It's been a steadfast approach that's taken. But again, right, it's that I have the vision, okay, now, right, you have one foot on one shifting plate and another foot on another shifting plate, and it's this dichotomy, it's this dance that you're trying to come into terms with. Okay, so okay. Taurus, there's an internalization of process. I'm hearing that and I'm feeling that. There's a certain level of internalization of whatever it is that you want to create. It requires you to almost embody whatever the vibration is of what you want to create. Okay? I don't know what you guys are doing, right? But it's feeling for some of you, absolutely for some of you, it's you are a reflection in some way of what you are creating. It's almost like a mirror reflection. Okay? So, and that, an example of that would be performance. Okay, performance. Now, Taurus. Okay, let's get right into it here, right? So there's this divide between vision and technicality, okay? And so you're coming in, right, with this broad vision, with this enchantment, this excitement, this clarity, purpose, and drive. And then, right, in your recent past, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So it was almost like jumpstart, trying to get the engine to click, to rev the engine. Okay. But it's been a question of how do I channel whatever this vision is and this fire? How do I translate my vision to something that is practical, to something that is sustainable into the long term, right? Look at this sun. It's somewhat similar to the very core of this Ace of Pentacles. I'm zeroing in on that for you, Taurus, specifically here in this spread. Okay, so there's this trying to bring the vision to a place of tangibility that is going to be conducive for the long term. So you could have been spending a lot of time trying to think about, how do I implement this? What are the fertile grounds? What are the most fertile grounds? Okay. And so you stepped into the Six of Cups in reverse. So there's this focus on absolutely creativity, how you are watering whatever this seed is, right, that you're planting, or that you are thinking of planting, right? Many of you, it will depend what stage exactly you're at, if you've already planted the seed at this point or not. But you're taking a good, close look at how am I, again, right? It's this interplay, vision, practicality, right? Abstraction, idealism, realism. And the Son of Cups, which is almost like the sort of purveyor over the whole spread, he's looking right over at the whole spread, is looking straight over at the Six of Cups in reverse. So, there's a coming to terms with the two parts of your being, Taurus. That which is steadfast, conservative, able to implement, right, structure and rigor. And then there's this creative dabbling, right, the sensitivity, ruled by Venus, right? Taurus is ruled by Venus. So it's these two halves of your being coming together, and it's a dance. It's this dance that you are trying to refine the process of in some kind of way, right? It's almost like alchemical even. It's like, right, I'm going to add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's kind of like you're making a recipe. Okay, I'm getting that feeling strongly for you, and I have been getting that feeling for specifically recipe, food, something alchemical, right? Like almost like even lab work, okay? For you, Taurus, for quite some time in your previous readings. So, right, it's like I'm gonna add a little bit of this spice and a little bit of that spice and a touch of oregano and a little, right, a little spritz of lemon. It's like, it's an orchestration even of creativity. And it requires very careful focus even, temperament I'm feeling. It's something that requires balance of you. And so you've almost taken a sort of microscopic look at whatever it is. It's like, what is my vision? What do I want to create? Now, what goes into that? What do I need to pour into that? I want to make this cake. I have this vision for this cake I want to make. What are the ingredients that need to go into it now? Right? It's that fine-tuning process. And Mercury retrograde is a beautiful time to tap into that. Right? A beautiful time. The preparative stage. Now, you then stepped into this hanged man upright in your current state. And it's interesting because the hanged man almost looks like it's suspended. It's like a continuation of the suspension of this tree, which is in reverse on the Six of Cups card. So it's almost like this hanged man, this bat, is hanging from the very tip of this tree. But the tree is in reverse. So again, there's this retrograde feeling. There's a feeling of looking back, even reviewing a certain process. Okay, so perhaps it's almost like this. Perhaps it's sort of like you, let's say you attempted to make this cake, like a prototype or something, whatever, right? It may be. And now you're like, okay, now I made the prototype. Let me now review it. Let me take a look at it. Let me take a really close, hard look at it and see how I want to reform my approach on the next try. And so you're at the mercy now of this process. Okay, the process is held in suspension in some sort of way. Maybe you're waiting for results on something. I will also say that. It's absolutely possible that you're waiting on results for something. Okay? But there's some process yet again. We'll say that again. There's some process or some approach, some aspect of whatever this has been for you that you realize, right, needs to be changed in some kind of way. And I will say in a big way as well. Okay, now, your advice is the Hierophant in reverse. Interesting. Looking straight over at the Daughter of Swords upright, which is in your near future. Okay. Both in suspension, right? Both sort of, right? Well, the Hanged Man, the bat, is an animal of suspension, right? Oftentimes the bat But the Hierophant, right, is also in suspension, in reverse. So you're being, I'm getting an investigative energy for you, Taurus. It's almost like you are being heated to take a very close look at whatever it is that you are, okay, but not to take action on it quite yet, right? Whatever you find, whatever you discover, whatever it is that you even feel intuitively, like, I know that this is the answer and this is not the answer, right? This is the way we should do it, and that's not the way we should do it. Even if you know it in your gut, right? In your heart of hearts, you know it. You're being heated to continue to investigate, to continue to refine, review, right? Very much that retrograde, Mercury retrograde feeling. So take this time. I'm getting this, Taurus. Take this time to really think, right? It's like the waiting period, right? Take the time to it's like double check your work. That's the feeling I'm getting. Double check your work. Okay? Whatever it is that you have come to a conclusion about, continue to review it. Even heed, right? Heed counsel if you may need to, right? Get the second opinion of others. But check your work. Review. Okay? I'm getting this, right? I'm thinking of like college applications as well. For some reason, perhaps some of you are applying to colleges and whatnot, or some sort of program. It's like that feeling of it's like you want to send the essay in. Maybe you've written a draft, or you feel like, oh, this is good enough, somewhat, right? But it's like I'm getting it, like that would be the example. If that's the example, I'm getting that it's going to behoove you to review it again, It's like spell check. Do all of the checks that you need to do, right? As you're waiting, before you are releasing whatever this is, okay? Now, near future is the Daughter of Swords. So, Hierophant is in reverse, looking over at the Daughter of Swords. I will say this, if you need to bring someone in, to help with this process, it would behoove you to do that. I'm feeling, okay? Absolutely heed your intuition about it. But let me tune in 1 second, Taurus. If you need to find something out, Taurus, and you feel I may need help to do this, it may help me to speak to someone who knows about what I'm doing, do that. I'm feeling that strongly for you, okay? Second opinion this month, I'm feeling in the second portion of the month, is going to be of use to you. Okay, so if there's someone who fits this archetype, right, of the Daughter of Swords, someone who may be an air sign, okay, may have strong air in their chart, or simply is just very mercurial. Someone who is an intellectual type, right? Someone who is a writer, someone who is an editor, I'm getting a strong writing, editing sort of vibe here for you. Okay, so someone, and this could be someone who's relatively young, right? I'm getting like almost even young and savvy, okay? Taking that kind of approach, a more modernized approach, and heeding the advice of someone. This came up for you, Taurus, in your last reading, I believe it was. Yes. You were trying to renovate or reinvigorate some aspects of the process that you were taking on, and you were thinking of perhaps heeding the advice of someone who has a more updated sort of knowledge of the industry that you're in, right? If I remember correctly, that was for Taurus. So Hierophant is typically conventionalism, okay? Wisdom, like old school wisdom. But it's also very intuitive. But it's in reverse, and it's overlooking the Daughter of Swords, which is, right, the book smart. and kind of young, Daughter of Swords, but also, right, somewhat enchanting, mystical, okay? She or he, I'm feeling that it is more feminine here though, okay? And we all have those two sides, right? Masculine and feminine. So take it as you will, Taurus. But I'm getting that if this is an individual that you're seeking the advice of to help you with whatever you're doing, right? They have a more maybe updated approach or knowledge of the industry that you're in. It will behoove you to reach out, okay? And to think, even if you're not going to get the help of someone, so to speak, or a second opinion, it may behoove you to look into, right, the updated sort of information about the industry. I'm getting that for a specific number of you, okay? I feel that will apply. Now, but I'm also getting this. Look, the Daughter of Swords has this very starry night feeling, okay? It's almost like she holds a certain, or they hold a certain sort of, what is it? Edge. They have a certain kind of knowledge that you feel applies to whatever this dream is. It's like they get me. They know where I want to go. They understand what this dream is. We somehow have a connection there in terms of purpose or where we're going. It's almost like two roads meeting at one. So again, if you feel that, research the industry. I'm getting that. Research the industry, okay? Slash, or seek out someone who you feel may have a very specialized knowledge in whatever this industry is that you're interested in, okay? Now, hopes and or fears, Devil upright. This is Capricorn's card. Okay, strong, strong, strong earth energy. Daughter of Swords is looking over at the Devil. And the Devil is looking over at the final outcome, which I happened to pull two cards together. It was the Two of Cups in reverse and the Five of Wands upright. So I will also say this, I'm getting a feeling of this could be a even partnership that you're thinking of taking on, right? Maybe you're presented by a sort of candidate of some kind who appeals to you in some kind of way. Who you feel may be able to help turn whatever this process has been inside out, okay? But I will say this, right? Mercury retrograde, if it is a partnership that you're thinking of taking on, if it's someone who's completely new, who comes in, right, on the scene for the first time in this ever, right? Like it's someone that you've just met, take your time with it, okay? You don't want to necessarily, I mean, of course, always listen to your intuition and take it as you will, right? Always, always. But the saying goes, right? Mercury retrograde is a good time to review, to prepare, but not to solidify yet. Especially any sort of contractual agreement or binding that you have with another person, okay? So, or a party or an organization. Now, but I am feeling for some of you that it's a contemplation of some sort of partnering up, okay? And we have the Two of Cups and it's mirroring the Daughter of Swords. So I feel, this is what I feel for you. If this is a partnership that you're considering, Taurus, you may be thinking of the various options that you have. You may have many different options on how to move forward, okay? And this can, of course, right, pertain to love as well. In totality, right? The Son of Cups speaking to the emotional realm. And the Six of Cups, right? 6, 3, and 3, a pair. But I'm feeling for a strong number of you, it is also financial or career driven. Nonetheless, the Daughter of Swords is mirroring this Two of Cups. So it's almost like you want to explore your options, Okay, you don't want to buckle down yet. You don't want to solidify whatever that bond is yet. I feel that, right? Let me see what else is out there. That's what I'm hearing from you. Let me see what else is out there. Okay? And maybe you feel my approach towards even considering my different options needs to change. Okay, because we have the Six of Swords right above this Five of Wands, going from a 5 to a 6. Okay, so the 6 is the changing of ways, right? Setting down our old ways, our old even habit patterns of thinking and rationalizing, processing or strategizing as it pertains to achieving this stability, this harmonization of the creative process it can be, or the solidification of a bond. Okay. So approach in totality, I'm feeling, you're realizing I need to totally shift my mind frame as it regards the process. Okay, now in your environment, Taurus, Father of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, we have a lot of reversals here, right? The Star in reverse in your energetic pathway. This card can be seen in tandem with the final outcome of the Two of Cups in reverse and the Five of Wands upright. The Father of Pentacles is looking over at the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay. And it's interesting because the Son of Cups, okay, the Son of Cups is looking over at the Six of Cups. And the Father of Pentacles is looking over at the Six of Cups. So look at this interaction here. It's kind of interesting how they're both sort of making this eye contact but from two very different perspectives. So these can be the two halves of your being, or this can be two people, okay? Someone who may be involved in whatever this process is, or it can simply be a representation of the creative side of whatever this venture is, okay? But whatever it is, and whoever it is, they are, or it is, as an ideology or approach, very much involved in the bringing about of the stability of the project. Okay, so creativity is a central theme to this, in some shape or another. Emotion, sensitivity, okay, even vulnerability to some extent, right? It's an interplay between earth and water. So, Taurus, what I'm feeling, right, it's almost like these two characters need to somehow comply. These two characters, these two halves of your being, need to come into accord. And it all sort of, the pressure is on the Six of Cups in reverse. So if this is a review of something that has been, whereby you're trying to now improve the approach that you've been taking towards whatever this building of a tree has been, right? It's about the tempering of a soft approach and a more structured, rigorous approach. One that is more free-flowing and one that is more bound, okay? More limited. But they know that they need to come together before anything can be created. And they need to take a close look at this. What are you putting in it, and what am I putting in it as well, if it's a partnership, okay? Now, in your final outcome, energetic pathway is the Star in reverse. I will also say this, Taurus, right? This could be you, Father of Pentacles, strong earth energy, but it can also be the financiary of whatever this is, this project is. So I feel there's a very clear divide between creative and financial, okay? The financial backing and the creative drive and vision. So the financial supply is on hold. The implementation of the vision is on hold in some way. Okay, and it could, again, be, this could be bank, right, government, whatever it may be, right? Investors who, it's like you and your work almost are being, I'm getting this vision of you like coming with your work to some place, and it's almost like, right, this committee or something joins you in the space, and you're both looking at your work together to sort of assess something for some of you. I'm feeling that, okay? So, and that could be why we are seeing this sort of, this standstill on funds, this standstill on progress and movement forward due to the necessary needed review, okay? Now, okay, energetic pathway is the star in reverse. So, right, it's like you're holding steadfast. You have the vision of whatever it is, right? The nucleus of this dream that was realized in the past. But Taurus, the really interesting thing about Taurus is that for almost every reading that I've done for you, you guys have been so resilient with whatever it is that you want to bring about. Right? It's like hindrances. They don't, they're not obstacles to you. They're stepping stones. And you transmute them. That's what I'm feeling. And right, it's that stubborn Taurus sort of characteristic, right? That leads them to pursue what they do, what they desire, in a way that is without reserve, okay? It's like, you know that one day, right, you're gonna make this dream come alive. But you also know, right, that it's gonna take a certain amount of time and a certain amount of process and a certain amount of progress that is structured, that is tangible, that's practical, that, right, will allow for the long-term scalability of whatever this is. The fertility of this seed. Right? It's not something you just want to put out there, right? Haphazardly. Right? And so you're very much aware of the overarching macro sort of implications, of the process that's needed. And that's not holding you back, right? From holding onto this vision. So I feel that you're holding this dream, right, close to you, while taking a very close look at, what do I need to make this come about? Do I need to change my ways? Do I need to change my ways of approaching the process? Do I need to, is the way that I've been approaching it somehow outdated? Somehow not conducive? Do I need to explore my options more than I have been? Okay, so Taurus, it seems that you are just in the thick of uncovering, right, the path towards bringing whatever this dream, this deep-seated dream is, to fruition for you. And take this time of Mercury retrograde to refine, fine-tune that process, right? Whatever you need to take a closer look at, do it. I feel it's going to help you come to your conclusions faster, more clearly. And, right, if you need to heed second opinions, if you need I'm hearing counsel, anything like that may be of use to you in shaping your perspective even, right? It's like a simple meeting with someone, an exchange of words, could bring that aha moment to you where you're like, oh, I have been approaching it in a totally different way. And taking on that approach, could really, it opens up my avenues much farther. So yeah, I hope that was helpful for you, Taurus. Please leave your comments. I am always happy to connect with you guys. Thank you so much for all of your likes, your subscriptions. I'm touched by all of the love and the light from all of you. So thank you for connecting, and I hope that April treats you well, and I will be back quite soon with your full moon reading. So stay tuned for that. We'll see how these energies culminate to their peak around the 11th or so of the month. All right. So have a beautiful April, Taurus, and I'll see you soon. Bye.